Hey everyone, it's Elizabeth. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to my kitchen. So in today's video, I thought I would share a little bit more about the way I eat and examples of what foods I eat for different meals and why I believe that this way of eating is a great way to eat for anti-aging. So here's my disclaimer. I've got to throw it in there. I am not a medical professional. Please talk to your medical provider about making any changes to your diet or exercise program before you begin. This is just what works for me personally. I am a certified health coach, so I've done a lot of research about nutrition. I've tested all kinds of different ways of eating out on myself to see which way feels the best for me. And with all of my research and just all of my self-testing, this is the way that I have chosen to eat. It's not a diet. I don't like that word at all. It's really more of a lifestyle. So as I mentioned already, I have been officially studying nutrition and healthy eating since 2012. That's when I enrolled at the Institute for Integrative Nutrition. So again, I've tried every single diet that's out there. You name it, I've tried it. And with all of my own research, all of my experience and my own health issues, including some gut health issues a few years ago, and still really kind of having sensitive digestion while aging. I'm 42 now, skin health, etc., all of the things that are most important to me. I've come to the belief that a Mediterranean way of eating is the best one for me and for my body. And I believe it's really healthy for, pretty much most everybody. So before I share a little bit more about what a Mediterranean diet or a Mediterranean way of eating is, I do want to say that I'm also not a fan of labeling the way you eat. So I don't really love to put labels on anything, like say I'm completely vegetarian or completely vegan or completely paleo, whatever it is, fill in the blank how you want to label yourself. But I'm not a fan of any of those labels because I think it really kind of creates stress and it kind of creates a mindset of restriction. I think it's best to just kind of do what you do most of the time. And then if you do decide to have whatever it is that you don't eat most of the time, you don't feel any guilt about it. You don't feel any stress about maybe having, a piece of meat every now and again or an egg. If I just think that it's healthiest for our minds to just say, this is how I generally eat. But with that said, I don't ever, I never say never. So for that reason, I like to say that I eat Mediterranean-ish because I know that not everything I eat in a day's time is considered on the Mediterranean diet, but I eat very Mediterranean-ish, if you will. So here's why I believe that a Mediterranean-ish way of eating is such a healthy choice for both healthy aging and weight management as we age. So study after study supports the Mediterranean diet's benefiting of heart health. We know it's really great for cardiovascular health. It's a high fiber diet that's really heavy in vegetables and fruits and whole grains. I'll get to that a little bit more here in just a minute. And there's also growing evidence that this way of eating may help people to live longer and to feel better as they age. It's a very plant-heavy diet. I won't say that it's fully vegetarian, but we do know that it includes a lot of plant food, which makes it really rich in antioxidants. Antioxidants are compounds that may potentially reverse cellular damage. So we want plenty of antioxidants in the diet, and we know that a lot of those come from plant foods like vegetables, fruits, beans, nuts, seeds, those kinds of things. And again, just think of this as more of a lifestyle than as a diet. So it's not anything that you just want to do short term, get your results and then go back to whatever you were doing before. I like to think of it more as like, what is, maybe one or two things that I can start to incorporate from this way of eating now, really get the hang of those, let those take hold, and then maybe add a few more on down the road. So that it's long-term lifestyle changes that we're making. So just real briefly, here are some key points of a Mediterranean way of eating. Plenty of vegetables and fruits. You make and prepare most of the food you eat. So you're cooking at home, therefore avoiding, any fast food, avoiding packaged foods as much as possible, avoiding processed foods, not eating out at restaurants as much, but really preparing more of your own food at home. A Mediterranean way of eating is including lots of healthy fats like olives, olive oil, avocados, nuts, seeds, fatty fish like wild-caught salmon, those kinds of things. And it includes whole grains. So again, this is kind of different than some of the really trendy diets right now, which are saying to avoid all whole grains. A Mediterranean way of eating does include whole grains, like rice, quinoa, oats, barley, farro, whole wheat. The list is really long. It does also include some vegetarian meals utilizing beans and legumes and grains, but again, it doesn't have to mean a fully vegetarian diet. Maybe just a couple of nights a week where you're eating a bean-based dish for dinner. And again, this makes it really high in fiber, which we know is so beneficial for cardiovascular health, as well as for gut health and also for healthy aging. Now, the Mediterranean way of eating does not completely exclude red meat, but it is used very limited, just in moderation, maybe every now and again, because red meat is so high in saturated fats. So again, this diet really focuses on unsaturated fats and heart healthy fats, and we know that saturated fat is not included in that. And then again, because it is a lifestyle and not a diet, it also includes things like getting plenty of rest, good sleep, 7 to 8 hours sleep every night. It includes exercise and moving the body every day or most days, and it includes managing stress levels as well. Okay, so now I'm gonna walk you through what a typical day would look like for me on a Mediterranean-ish way of eating. My meals don't really change much from day to day. I guess probably I get the most variety at dinner. My breakfast and lunch typically looks very similar. I might just swap out a protein or swap out a vegetable, and I'll give you more examples of those as we go through. But yeah, here's just an example of what a day in the life, a Mediterranean-ish way of eating looks.
The very first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is hydrate. I try to drink about 10 ounces of water. I like to drink at room temp. It goes down easier that way, so I'll set it out the night before. While I'm sipping on my water, I'll make a cup of coffee. I kind of come and go with coffee. Right now, I'm on coffee. If I'm off of coffee, I'll do black tea instead. But either way, I like to add a little bit of this collagen creamer to either my coffee or my black tea. I really believe it benefits skin health. So after I've had my coffee or tea and a little bit of quiet time, I'll mix up my favorite pre-workout drink and get started on my workout. So after I've gotten about a 30-minute workout, which is typically what I get on most weekdays, then it's time for breakfast. I love to do overnight oats. I'm showing you how I do them here, just in a little mason jar. I like to add the oats. I'll do rolled oats, or sometimes I'll do the quick cooking oats. I always add a tablespoon of ground flaxseed. It's so high in fiber and adds additional antioxidants and good fats and protein. Then I'll add a big shake of cinnamon and a little bit of almond milk, and this is my favorite one. So I just stir everything up, mix it all real well, and then put the lid on it and pop it in the refrigerator where it sits overnight. And then the next morning, it's ready to go. So I'll just grab it out of the refrigerator and add whatever berries or other fruit I want to add to the top. On the days that I don't have overnight oats, I also really love this cereal. All right, moving on to lunch. A lot of times lunch is leftovers. If I've got something that I've made the night before, I'll have that for lunch. But today I didn't have anything, so I do this sort of salad bowl on the days that I don't have any leftovers. And I've got a formula that I use, which is some sort of a protein. Usually it's plant-based, but not always. And then I like to add veggies, like 3 or 4 different veggies that add different colors to the salad. And then I'll add some sort of a good carb. So today I had romaine lettuce, some chopped red onion, and then I added some chopped tomatoes. And I love to add some avocado when I've got one on hand. So I added half an avocado today. Avocados are full of healthy fats that are so beneficial for skin health. They literally make your skin glow. Just a reminder that your skin health starts with what you eat. Next, I'll add some sort of protein. It's usually plant-based. Today I added tempeh, which is made from soybeans. And then I add some sort of a healthy carb. Today I used half of an Ezekiel English muffin. This is sprouted grains, so it's really high in fiber and also protein. Okay, in the afternoon around 3:30 or 4 o'clock, I usually start to feel just a little bit of hunger. I just need a little snack to tide me over until dinner. So I try to choose a snack with a lot of fiber, like fresh fruit. Today I had a banana. Sometimes it's an apple or an orange. So I also try to add something with a little bit of healthy fats or maybe a little bit of protein with the fruit so that it tides me over until dinner time. I love cacao nibs. I added a little bit to the chopped banana today. I also sometimes do almond butter or just raw nuts or even a little piece of string cheese.
All right, now as far as dinner goes, dinner looks a lot like lunch. I kind of use the same formula when I'm making our sort of dinner plan for the week, which is some sort of a protein and then a couple of veggies and then some sort of a good healthy carb. So I'll give you an example of what I might do for that. Tonight for dinner, I'm making grilled shrimp, which I'll grill in a skillet with a little bit of olive oil to add some good fat. And then I've got a bag of shredded Brussels sprouts that I'm gonna add to the pan as well. And I'm gonna serve the shrimp and Brussels over a whole wheat pasta. So trying to think of other variations that kind of uses that same formula. So it could be like grilled salmon and whatever kind of vegetable, maybe broccoli or asparagus or a side salad, and then serve it with roasted sweet potatoes. Or it could be some sort of maybe like a Mexican inspired bowl where I do black beans as the protein and maybe greens or grilled onions and peppers for the veggie, and then brown rice or quinoa or something like that for the good healthy carbohydrate. But I always go back to sort of that sort of formula, which is some sort of protein, a couple of veggie servings for everybody if we're all eating on the same dish, and then some sort of a good healthy carb that includes fiber and other, I make sure that the carbohydrate has nutritional value, which all whole grains do. They're high in fiber and protein, like a whole wheat pasta or like a garbanzo bean pasta or something like that is a good choice for a pasta. And then sometimes I'll do like a panini. I have a panini press, which I love, and I'll do like, a whole wheat bread and then whatever vegetables we want to put on it, spinach, if I have any leftover roasted vegetables, and then I'll add like some cheese for some protein, and then just put all of that in the panini press and maybe do a side salad, a green salad on the side. So again, just utilizing that formula. After dinner, I usually have a little bit of dark chocolate. I try to keep the serving pretty small. Sometimes I want a little bit more than others, but I do try to keep just a little bit of dark chocolate so that I'm having it in moderation, always 70% cacao or higher. It is loaded with antioxidants. It's so good for the body. It's good for your mood. The antioxidants are good for our skin, all of that. But again, it's best when eaten in moderation. And then a couple of nights a week, I'll have a glass or two of usually red wine. That's kind of the only alcohol that I really like on a regular basis. When I'm in Mexico, yes, tequila and margaritas, but usually when I'm just at home doing my daily routine, it's red wine, and again, try to do that in moderation as well. So I hope that you found this helpful, this sort of day in a life of how I eat a Mediterranean-ish kind of a diet. If you did find it helpful and you enjoyed this content, please be sure to hit like below, give me a thumbs up so I'll know to make more content just like this for you. If you haven't already, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel, so make sure you do that below as well. As always, thank you so much for joining me here. I appreciate you spending your time with me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye everyone.